Hey guys, let's get this in the mount safely. Sorry, that's better. The quality of my laptop camera wasn't as good as I thought it might have been. I just wondered whether it was better for you guys or not. Cool. Okay, so we're week 2 of Flow Fit yoga, and so this is my fitness yoga class. I run one of these a week at 7 a.m. If this is too early, I'm wondering whether I move this to another time for guys. If you don't want to join at this time and maybe would prefer to join at another time during the day. So let me know if this is too early. Maybe we could switch it to an afternoon class, make it a bit different, switch things up. So today we'll just start with some warming up. So let me just double check, remind myself what it is that we're doing today, because I'm teaching so many classes and recording so many videos at the moment, I'm losing the plot a bit. Probably isolation's doing that to me a little bit too. Anyway, so let's come to a seated position on our mats, and we'll just begin by warming up the shoulders. So roll those shoulders back and down. Maybe go 5 times backwards, and then switch and go forwards 4 times, 5 times. And then we're going to inhale as we lift our left arm up, exhale, reach over to the right, inhale back to center, and then switch over the arms, reaching over as you exhale to the other side. And we're just going to do that again 5 times each side. Just really focus on lifting and opening those rib cages, lifting the spine out of the pelvis, reaching up high as you come back to center. I think you've got one more time each side. And then this time you're going to inhale back to center and exhale as you twist to look behind the shoulder. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist and look behind the other shoulder. And again, just 5 times each side, with your own breath, in your own time. Last one each side. And then come onto your hands and knees. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And we'll just do 5 cat-cows. So you're going to dip the stomach and lift the head, making a dish shape with the spine. And then you're going to exhale as you round through the spine, pushing through the shoulders, opening up those shoulder blades, and looking down towards the floor. Inhale to lift. Try and make this as smooth and as slow a movement as possible. Move vertebrae by vertebrae. And then exhale to round. Try and create space between the vertebrae as you flow from one to the other. Begin to lubricate and mobilize that spine. Use your abdominal muscles to control it. And really open up those shoulders, open up that back, open up the thoracic spine as you curve around. Last one each side, we're probably on number 6, but hey, you can't have too warm a back. And press into the ground one last time, and then find your down facing dog position. So hands are at the 2 front corners of the mat, feet at the back corners of the mat. Exhale as you press your tailbone high towards the ceiling and create that upside down V shape. You're going to press your head through your hands, so try and reach the crown of the head towards the floor, that's the goal. And then just pedal out the feet. Open up those shoulders, so don't sit here with your shoulders up by your ears, or stand here with your shoulders, whatever this position is, with your shoulders up by your ears. Open up the shoulders, so think about pulling the shoulder blades apart, wrapping your elbows or your armpits down and under so that you create that space across the back of your spine, and you release the neck, so the neck's now nice and loose, the trap muscles are nice and loose. And just gently open up those calves, those hamstrings, and then slowly walk the feet in towards the hands. Just take a moment here in ragdoll. You can swing from side to side. Really focus about getting the chest towards the thighs. Let the head hang long towards the floor. And then we'll take a deep breath in as we lift all the way up, bringing the hands above the head. Exhale, plant the hands on the knees, twizzle out the knees. And then go back the other way. And finally, we'll just open up the ankles. Try and rotate them around. So this is one way to do the ankles, by just standing and rotating them. If you've got stiff ankles like me, from years of running and twisting and breaking them, doing other silly things, this is a good way of looking after them gently. Another way that's a bit more awkward is to take the toes on the floor and then churn them like so. So this is really good for your toes as well as your ankles. But if you're a bit stiff or a bit sore, if you've recently had an injury there, or you've got an ongoing issue there, this might be a bit too much. Okay, so we've mobilised the body. We're going to move towards the front of our mats and we're going to do our flow fit warm up. So on all the other classes, we usually do a sun salutation sequence to warm up. This one's going to be a bit different. We're going to do my own variation of that, I suppose, in true fitness yoga style. So get ready for it. If you get lost at any point, if you're new to this class and you get lost at any point, just move and breathe. Take a moment to stand there, catch your breath. If you're on the floor and we're doing something down there, feel free to relax in child's pose at any point. So no stress. Yoga's all about going with what you feel or what your body feels it's capable of doing today, and not pushing beyond those boundaries. You're accepting, if you like, how you're feeling, what you can do today, and going with the flow, literally. So enjoy. If you're not enjoying it, then what's the point? So come to the front of your mat, and we're going to stand in Tadasana. So lift your toes, spread them, press the feet firmly into the ground, tuck the tailbone under, suck the navel back towards the spine, roll the shoulders back and down, and lengthen through the crown of your head. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale and relax. And then on your next inhale, we're going to inhale to lift the hands up above the head, reach up tall. Exhale as you keep that length in your spine, come down all the way to Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring your chest towards your thighs, let your head hang long towards the ground. And just take a few breaths here as you open up the back, the glutes, the legs. You can take ragdoll, whatever you need to do. One last breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. And for this round, we're just going to step back to plank. So you can stick with this option if you want to. And then we'll take a vinyasa. So exhale, low, ankle, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Find your Uttanasana, forward fold, and then heel toe the feet out towards the sides of the mat, so you're finding your squat stance. You're going to inhale as you bend the knees and lift all the way up to the ceiling with the hands, palms together. Exhale, come down into your garland or squat pose, bringing the palms to the heart and using the knees to using the elbows to open up and push against the knees, bringing your chest through the legs. Take a nice deep breath. And then we're going to relax the left hand on the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with the right up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with the left. Exhale, release. Plant both hands on the floor. Exhale as you come back up into that Uttanasana, forward fold, and bring your heels and feet back underneath your hips. Take a moment here in forward fold. And then walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. Find your plank pose, and then exhale as you come down to knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. And again, we're going to hop in the other ones, but if you want to, you can just step forwards, come back to Uttanasana, and then inhale to come all the way back up. Exhale, release the hands. So that's one round. If you're more comfortable stepping forwards and back, feel free. If you want to follow me and try the hop, you're more than welcome to give it a go. So round 2, and we're going to do 4 rounds of this. So we're going to inhale as we lift our hands up above the head. Exhale, find Uttanasana, forward fold. We're going to stay here for 2 breaths this time. So think about finding your length. Exhale as you fold deeper over those legs. And then plant the hands on the floor. Inhale to lift the heels off the floor if you're hopping back. And then tuck and jump as you exhale into plank. Catch your plank. Drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, low plank or knees just chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. And walk the hands back towards the feet. Heel toe those feet out towards the side, find your squat stance. Inhale as you lift all the way up, palms together. Exhale, come to garland pose. Use those elbows against the knees. Plant the left hand. Inhale as you lift and twist with the right. Exhale, release the right hand. Inhale, lift and twist with the left. Exhale, plant the left hand. Plant both hands on the floor. Heel toe the feet back underneath and find Uttanasana, forward fold. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. We'll take another vinyasa, so exhale to low plank or knees just chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. So now if you're going to hop forwards, look forwards, bend your knees, and as you exhale, float. Catching Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale as you lift all the way back up to Tadasana. Exhale as we fold forwards, and we're doing 1 breath per pose this time. So Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, hop, catch back in plank. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale as you come up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. Walk those hands all the way back towards the feet. Heel toe the feet out towards the sides of the mat. Inhale as you come all the way up. Garland pose, hands together. Exhale as we come down into that garland pose. Take a nice deep breath. Left hand goes to the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with your right up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release the right hand to the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with your left towards the ceiling. Exhale, plant both hands on the floor. Come up into that Uttanasana, forward fold. Heel toe the feet back underneath you. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. We'll take 1 more vinyasa. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog, and get ready to step or hop forwards as you exhale. See if you can find your float. Inhale as we come all the way back up. And then we're going to go back down for our last round. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands. Inhale, lift the heels. And as you exhale, jump and catch in plank. Exhale, vinyasa. As you come up into cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. Walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Find your forward folds. Heel toe your feet out to the edges. Find your squat stance. Inhale as you lift the hands all the way up above the head. Come to standing, palms together. Exhale, come down into garland pose. Use those elbows. You should feel that your hips are a little bit more loose now. Plant the left hand on the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist with the right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Plant the right hand on the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the left hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Plant both hands on the floor. Push the bums up towards the sky. Find your Uttanasana, forward fold. Heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. Walk your hands all the way to the front of the mat. Last vinyasa. Exhale, low plank or knees just chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down facing dog. Look forwards, bend the knees, and as you inhale, take a nice look forward, and as you exhale, hop. In, find your forward fold. Inhale as you come all the way up. Exhale, release the arms, and that should be leaving you very warm. So hopefully you've warmed up nicely, and we're going to move into our standing strength bits. So we're going to do warriors today and extended triangles with lots of cactus arms to open up our shoulders and create strength in the back. So if you come to the front of your mat, Oh, sorry, I'm just going to catch my breath and grab a glass of water. Come to the front of your mat and join me in Tadasana. So remember to lift those toes, activate the legs, tuck the tailbone under, try and lengthen through the spine, keep the spine nice and neutral and long. And just take a moment to catch your breath, reset, and then get ready for the class ahead. So we're going to inhale as we lift the hands up above the head. I'm going to take a big step back now with the right leg all the way to the back of the mat. Find your warrior one foot stance. So remember, you've got train tracks on your mat. So if you think about having train tracks on your mat, the wider the tracks, the steadier your stance is. So plant your feet wherever you need to go. If you need to go wider to be more steady, feel free to take a wider stance. Keep the hips square to the front of the mat, keep those arms up above the head, and then exhale as we sink down into that warrior one pose. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, and then as we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms all the way back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and then we're going to inhale to lift, exhale to cactus, inhale to lift, exhale to cactus, and then this time we're going to inhale to lift and twist our hips open, coming into warrior two to the long edge of the mat. So hips are open now to the long edge, not the front. Arms come parallel to the floor. Exhale, sink deeper into that lunge. Keep pressing through those feet. Imagine if you're tearing the mat in half underneath you. Eye gaze forwards over those front fingers. Pull the shoulder blades back and down away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale to reach as far forward as you possibly can. Twist at the hips and reach down to the floor. Take the eye gaze up to the top fingertips. Extended triangle pose. If you need a block or you want to rest on your shin or something, feel free. Try to keep length in the spine wherever you are in this pose. If that's here or here, that's absolutely fine. Exhale, release that hand to the floor. Keeping those straight legs, we're going to twist round into revolve triangle pose. Take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, bring that hand down to the floor, frame the front foot, find your lunge, and step back to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And we'll just take one vinyasa. So inhale, roll forwards to high plank. Exhale, low plank or knees chest chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, press back to down facing dog. Take a moment there to just pedal out. And then we're going to inhale as we lift our right leg up high towards the sky, finding three-legged down facing dog. Bend at the knee, and if you want to stay here, feel free to just bend at the knee and open up the hip. If you want to come into wild thing, drop that foot all the way to the floor behind you and swivel around onto your left leg on the outer edge of the foot. Push the hip high towards the sky, straighten that left leg. Push the hips high, open up the chest and reach back with the hand up and over, with the right hand up and over, and find your wild thing pose. Inhale as you come back up, exhale to find down facing dog again, but try and keep that right foot high towards the sky, and then tuck it through without putting it down, twizzling onto the inside edge now of your left foot. We're going to thread that right leg through and under, out towards the left again, and find fallen triangle. So inhale as you lift and open, with the left hand now up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, release. Step back to down facing dog. Pedal it out. Come to your knees and just take 2 breaths in child's pose. And then we'll start to think about doing the other side. So when you've taken those 2 breaths, slowly tuck your toes. Press back to down facing dog. Walk the feet all the way back to the front of the mat. Take a moment in Uttanasana. Inhale as you come all the way up. And then this time we're going to step back with our left leg. So take a big step back with your left leg into warrior one pose. So inhale, lift the hands up above the head, foot at that 45-degree angle, hips are square to the front of the mat. Exhale, sink into that lunge, that warrior lunge. Pull the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, cactus the arms out to the side. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and down. Pull them together behind you. Inhale, circle the arms, lift them back up to the top. Exhale, cactus. Inhale to lift. Exhale, cactus. Last time we're going to inhale, but this time we're going to twist as we lift and open our hips towards the left side of the mat now, and take the arms down parallel to the floor, finding warrior two. Exhale, sink into that lunge pose. Eye gaze across those front fingertips. Take a nice deep breath. And in your warriors, just make sure that you're not tracking too far forwards with your knee. And with warrior two, a lot of people attempt to lean like this. Try and pull the body back. So to do that, you're squeezing the glute, you're squeezing the abdominal muscles, pulling the shoulder blades back. This is a strengthening pose. Every muscle should be activated. Inhale as you straighten that front leg. Exhale to reach as far forwards as you can, and then twist at the waist and find your extended triangle pose. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, release that top hand to the floor. Inhale as you lift and twist, revolving into revolved triangle pose. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, plant that back hand down, find your lunge stance, and then step back to down facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Take a moment in child's pose before you transition through to wild thing. So just take 2 breaths here. So if you guys have been active on the page, you'll have noticed last night I posted a little teaching tip video on wild thing and fallen triangles. So if these poses are new to you, or you're not quite sure, they're feeling a little bit awkward, have a go, have a look at that video. Hopefully that will explain it with a bit more detail than I can do in a class. And then have a go yourself, film yourself, send me your clips, and do it all privately if you don't want it all over the internet. Send it to me on a direct message or whatever. And then I'll feed back to you on those if you want to. So inhale as you tuck your toes and come back up to that down facing dog. So this time we're lifting the left leg high to the sky. So find your 3-legged down facing dog with the left leg. Bend at the knee, let the hip open, let the weight of the leg carry the hip open. And then if you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to come all the way over into wild thing, come all the way down, bringing the ball of the foot to the floor, straightening that right leg and rolling over onto the knife edge, the outside knife edge of the right foot. Press through the right hand, lift the hips away from the floor. Inhale as you lift and reach back with your left leg, left arm up and over, opening up the chest, the abdominals, everything lifts up towards the sky. And then inhale as you come all the way back up, lifting that leg up into the sky again, keeping it lifted as we tuck it through and back under towards the right, coming onto the outside knife edge of the left foot this time, straightening that leg in and rolling over onto the inside edge of the right leg and opening up with the arm, the right hand towards the ceiling into fallen triangle. So if you can see, I'm kind of in that triangular pose that we were a moment ago, but yeah, kind of fallen, so it kind of makes sense. Take a nice deep breath, exhale, release the hand, step back to down facing dog, pedal out the feet, and then walk the feet all the way in towards the hands. Take a moment in Uttanasana, forward fold, catch your breath, and then inhale as we come all the way up, exhale, release. And you should be feeling pretty, that was quite intense on your shoulders. So that was our standing strength. We're going to come down, do some balance work, some core work, and then finally stretch off. So you're over halfway, guys, so bear with me. Hopefully you should be finding this a little bit harder than some of the other classes, because it's flow fit after all. So we're going to work our way back down to lunge. So our balance postures, I'm going to demonstrate what you're going to do, and then you're going to give it a go, and I'll do it with you guys. So we're going to come back into a lunge pose. So find your high lunge pose. Find yourself balancing more over the front leg, because we're going to shoot up into warrior three. So press into this front leg, into the ground. Find your steadiness and your balance in that front leg. And then when you're ready, lift up, to warrior three. So warrior three, your arms are by your ears, and your body is parallel to the floor. You're reaching as far forwards as you can with your fingers and your toes so that you're nice and straight. Your body's in one nice straight line. Then you're going to inhale as you come all the way up and through, bringing that leg into a tuck position and then kicking back. And we're going to do 3 reps of those. So inhaling to lift, exhaling to kick back, and you're really going to use your abdominal muscles and your compression, your hip flexors to lift that leg up high. When you've done 3, we're going to extend that leg, hold it, see if you can hold it for 3 breaths, and then lower it slowly to the floor, and then we'll switch legs. So, when you're ready, we're going to step back with our left leg into lunge pose. Find your balance, find your weight over that front right leg, and get ready to press through the ground with that right foot, using all your might. So you're really going to want to, the key with this is to test everything. So if you've got tension throughout the body, you're squeezing your core, squeezing your thighs, using all those muscles to steady and balance yourself. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, shoot. Catch your warrior if you can. If you need to take a slight bend in the knee to steady your stance, please do. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to inhale, come all the way up to standing. Try not to put that foot on the floor. Lift that front leg, that left leg up high towards your chest, into a tuck. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, lift. And then see if you can straighten the front leg out as much as you can. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release it down to the floor. Exhale, release your hands. Shake it all off. And we're going to go to the other side. So left foot is in front, right foot goes back into that lunge position. Find your weight over that front right leg. Get ready to catch. And in 3, 2, 1, shoot. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Then we're going to inhale as we come all the way up through into that tuck position. Squeeze that front leg up, that right leg up high towards your chest. Exhale, kick back. Find warrior 3 again. Inhale to lift and tuck. Exhale, kick back. Inhale, lift and tuck. Woo. Exhale, kick back. Last one, we're going to inhale to lift and tuck. Extend that front leg. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Release as you exhale, and you can shake it off. And we'll just slowly come back down to the ground. And we're going to do our core stuff before we finally stretch off. So, the core stuff today is a little bit different. I'm just going to grab a drink because I'm talking too much and my mouth gets really dry. So, our core stuff today is going to be a plank balance so we're going to do alternating arms and legs with a dolphin pose, in between, not a dolphin press, don't be scared for those who know what a dolphin press is. We haven't got those today. And we're going to, so there's going to be a scaled option available. So option 1 is to take, instead of doing plank pose, you're going to be on your hands and knees. So we'll do the first round together, scaled, and we're going to do this 5 times. So we'll do the next 4 rounds not scaled. And you can rest at the end of each round in child's for 2 breaths. So coming onto your hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You're going to inhale as you lift your right hand up and take your left leg back. So you're taking them in a nice straight line, forwards and back, shooting them forwards and back. Then as you exhale, you're going to bring your hand and knee back down, take a press, so bring the face towards the ground, press back up, and then we're going to switch hands. So left hand goes forwards, right leg goes back, reach forwards and back, then bring them back. We're going to take a dolphin pose then. I just had to think about that. So dolphin pose, if you're on your hands and knees, you're going to have to come down onto your forearms and then tuck your feet back up and press back to dolphin. So this is dolphin press. So let's just go through that one more time, and then we'll go through the full one in a minute. So you're going to, in the scaled option, you're going to lift your right hand, left leg, shoot them forwards and back, bring them back. Then just take a press, so bring your chest and your head towards the ground, press back up, left hand, right leg, come back, come down onto your forearms, tuck your toes and come back to dolphin pose. And then you're going to come back and lift back up, and we'll do that again, so that's another round. Okay, so for those of you that want to do the full plank pose, come into your plank pose, and it's going to be slightly harder now because your knees are off the ground. So you're going to shoot again, right arm, left leg, take a press, left arm, right leg, press back to dolphin. And then you can come to child's pose if you want to at the end of it. So I think we could probably do a couple of rounds of that. But if you want to, so I was going to do 5 of those rounds. Sorry, I'm waffling now. You can tell me to shut up on the comments. So we'll do 3 rounds of that, come back to child's, another 3 rounds, and then come back to child's. So I think that will probably be okay for most people. Otherwise, you're going to end up in child's straight after your dolphin pose, which is kind of a rest pose. So without further ado, let's do this. So come up into your plank position, or knees, shoulders under, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, wherever you need to be. And we're going to inhale as you lift the right hand, left leg. Take a press as you exhale. Inhale, left hand, left leg, right leg, sorry. Come back to dolphin pose. Come forward, inhale, right hand, left leg. Plant the hand down, take a press. Left hand, right leg. Dolphin pose. Inhale, come back, right hand, left leg. Take a press. Left leg, right hand, come back. Dolphin pose. Inhale, right hand, left leg. Take a press. Left hand, right leg. Come back. Dolphin pose. Drop the knees. Come back to child's and just release the hands. So that's something that you can maybe do on your own as well if you wanted to at home. And we'll just do one more round so you can get to grips with it and see how you go. So take your 2 breaths, and whenever you're ready, we're going to come back up into that plank pose. So really squeeze that core and get ready. So right hand, left leg, take a press. Left hand, right leg, and then come back to dolphin. Inhale, right hand, left leg, take a press. Left hand, right leg, come back to dolphin. Inhale, come forwards, right hand, right hand, right leg, take a press, and then come back. Left hand, left leg, right leg, come back to dolphin. And relax in child's. Just rest off there for a few moments. Release those shoulders. Let them melt towards the ground. Catch your breath. And then from child's, we're going to go into an extended child's pose. So if you're like me and your arms by your sides, bring them back out in front so you're in extended child's pose. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the left side of the body and get a stretch in the outside of the right rib cage. Well done, guys, you've done all the hard work today already, so we're just on our cool down stretches now. That was quite an intense class, so well done if you kept up. And then come all the way back to center. Walk the hands all the way over to the right. Feel that stretch in the left rib cage now. Start to slow that breath down as we head towards relaxation. Then come all the way back to center. And we'll just come onto our fronts and we'll just do a scorpion stretch. So take your hands out in a T-shaped position. Keep your shoulders to the floor and take your eye gaze forwards. We're going to inhale as we lift our right leg up high to the sky, bending at the knee. Reach it over to see if you can reach your left hand if you can. And then use your right hand on the floor to press into the ground and open up that left shoulder. So you should feel this across the front of your chest and into your left shoulder and down the left arm maybe. This is a really good one for stretching off the arms, treating those rotator cuffs nicely, especially after all those press ups. This is probably quite a nice one. And then inhale, come back to center. We're going to switch over. So right arm goes out straight, left arm can come under the shoulder, left hand can come under the shoulder now. Inhale to lift the left leg, bend at the knee, and then exhale as you allow it to drop all the way over to the right. Reaching for that right foot if you can. So it's called scorpion, or a prone shoulder stretch. Scorpion's quite obvious probably because of the shape you're making with that bent leg. Take a few deep breaths. And then slowly come back to center. Push back up onto your knees. Swivel your legs out from underneath you. So we're going to come into a seated forward fold position. So take your legs straight out in front of you. Pull the fleshy bits of your bum out from underneath you. So bones flex your toes back towards you. And then we're going to inhale as we lift our hands up above our head, creating length through the spine. And then exhale to bring your chest towards your thighs, and then let your head hang towards your knees. And just take 5 deep breaths here. As you inhale, see if you can find a bit more length. As you exhale, fold deeper over those legs. You've probably got 2 more breaths to go, so really focus on finding that length. Getting deeper as you exhale into the stretch. The last breath, breathe all the way in. Exhale, fold deeper for the last time. And then slowly as you inhale, come all the way back up. Slide your bum towards your heels, or not too far I guess, and come down onto your backs. And just bring your knees up towards your chest. Give them a little hug, rock from side to side, back and forth. Take hold of your left knee with both hands. Exhale as you extend your right leg all the way to the floor. And then inhale as you pull your left knee in towards your left shoulder. You should feel this in your hip. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release. And then inhale to lift the legs back up to center. Switching over the hands now. Take your hands over to your right leg. Exhale as you extend your left leg all the way to the floor. Inhale to pull your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then inhale to bring both knees back to center. Release the hands. Just let the toes now rest on the floor and take the hands out to the sides if you're in a T-shaped position. We're going to drop the legs from one side to the other, just moving as many times as you want, at whatever speed you feel is good for you, just to release off your lower back. So don't worry about getting the knees all the way to the floor. Try and keep the toes on the floor as you do this, so you're pivoting on them, rocking the legs from side to side. We call this window wipe legs or window wipers. And this is really good for like unraveling the lower back, the spine, releasing off any lower back tension that you might have. You can probably feel it massages the glutes a little bit, rocking from side to side. So it's quite good for the lower body in general. Just do one more each side. And then inhale as you bring the legs back to center and take the feet off the floor. So find your feet off the floor. And this time we are going to drop the knees all the way to the floor. So exhale as you drop the knees all the way to the floor on the left side of the body. And then inhale to twist and lift the head to look at the back of the right hand. Try and keep these shoulders glued down if you can. And if you want to, you can press on the outer thigh with the left hand or extend that top leg and cradle it in the left hand, the opposite hand. So then you can feel the stretch now goes deeper into the glute maybe, and maybe a little bit more down the external side of the leg. Just take 5 deep breaths here. So you're probably on number 3, inhaling. Exhaling, see if you can just relax the body into the ground a bit further. Last breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then slowly release your foot if you've got hold of it. Inhale to lift the head and the legs back to center. And then we're going to drop the knees now over to the right side as we exhale. Inhale to lift and twist that head to look at the left hand. And again, if you want to press down on the outer thigh or extend that top leg and cradle it in the opposite hand, you can. Just make sure those shoulders stay glued to the floor. So this is really good for your spine. You're twisting from one end to the other. Your head's twisting it one way, wringing it out like a towel almost. But it helps to create length, loosen off any tightness that you might have. So it really helps the glutes. You can probably feel it in your lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. You're getting all into there. And it also helps to fix alignment issues. So it can help realign the spine if you've been doing something that's particularly heavy on the spine, knocking it one way or the other. This could be a really good stretch to do afterwards. So you've probably got one more breath all the way in. Exhale completely. And then release the hand from the foot. Inhale to bring the knees back to center. Give them a little hug. Rock from side to side, whatever you need to do. And then just extend the legs. And just come into a supine position on your mats. And we're not going to do a full relaxation, but we'll just take a little moment or two to recognize the practice that we've just had. Let it all sink in. So just get comfortable on your mats, close your eyes. And just bring your attention to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And in your own time, just take 3 deep inhales, focusing on filling all the way up to the base of the stomach first, then filling up into the rib cage and up to the collarbone. And then exhale completely. Last deep breath all the way in. And just notice how that feels with your body as you take that last breath. How your body's feeling now. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, just make your way up to seated. And join me in a cross-leg position in the center of your mat. And we're just going to take one last deep inhale as we reach the hands up above the head, palms together. To the forehead as we exhale, kind thoughts. To the lips, kind words. To the heart, kind feelings. Namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this morning's practice, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 9:30. So for Slow Flow. So Slow Flow is an hour session. If you haven't tried it already, it's a 60-minute session with a 10-minute guided relaxation at the end of it. So that's quite a nice one if you just want to move gently. It's not too progressive in terms of movements. So yeah, feel free to join me for that one. And also, exciting news, I nearly forgot to tell you, I am launching my CrossFit Yoga series today. So that is a downloadable 4-part series with a warm-up, a mobility and flexibility section, and then a strength and balance section, and then followed finally by a cool down. And they're 4 different parts. Once you've bought them, you've got them for life. You can use them anywhere because you can download them. So if you're on holiday, you haven't got internet or the internet's not so good, or you just fancy something a bit different, a bit more challenging, or just fancy different sections of the workout to use as and when around your other fitness stuff. It's a really good thing. So it's not just for CrossFitters, although it's advertised for them. It's for any kind of sports enthusiast who enjoys running, swimming, cycling, HIIT training, anything really that is raising the heartbeat and requiring some sort of body strength. So yeah, have a look, head over to functionalfitness.yoga and that's where all the information is. So I'll share the link to that on the page later today as well. So it launches at 8 AM, so 15 minutes time, exciting times ahead. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, if you've missed out on any sessions, remember there are always the recordings for you to go back to, and I'll be posting a couple more teaching tips and things over the course of the next week or so. So hopefully that will help you in your practice as well. While I can't help you in the studio, hopefully I can help you at home. Catch you later, guys. Enjoy your days.